Yeah, just found my phone. Hey, welcome to what the hell's my channel name? Beartaria Talk. This is I just woke up, tired as hell. Man, this is
White.
Trailer Park Gravy Bear. Who am I speaking with, man? Thanks for calling in.
Yes, sir. It's my name is Wyatt, and yeah, that's about it. I'm 19 years old, university student, living in Texas. And yeah, that's about it.
Well, cool, man. What's going on? Tell me about yourself.
Oh fuck, not much. I mean, shoot, I'm just studying in university right now. Um, I was gonna be a doctor, but I dropped out of that. Now I'm just studying like business and stuff. Business. Um, I'm deciding between like economics and or like data science right now. But yeah, it's a liberal arts school that I'm at, so I'm just uh you don't really have to decide that until later on. Um but yeah, I mean shit. Um Life's pretty chill right now. It's pretty easy to be honest.
Right
But yeah,
on, man.
about it.
Make the most of your education. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah.
You know, my brother, he went to college and he just didn't have any direction. He just fucking partied all the time and grew his hair down to his nipples and went everywhere barefoot and played guitar under the shade tree and banged every woman. He was big into like drugs and drinking and shit too, so
No way.
yeah.
Where did
He
he go?
he fucking got a history major. And when he got out of college, he couldn't get a fucking job anywhere because nobody's gonna hire a goddamn history major.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
Yeah,
God.
so he was working at Pizza Hut. It was really fucking lame. So then he ended up becoming a pipe fitter and joining the union, which was a good job,
Yeah.
but he didn't have to go to college for it. So
Dang.
yeah, it was pretty dumb.
He just wasted 4 years of life.
Yeah, and he was wasted too.
Yeah, that's exactly. But like, but dang, I don't see. I've heard that if you get some of those bullshit degrees, they still help you. But I guess you proved that one wrong.
I mean, I guess you just gotta use it wisely, because he just didn't want to do shit. Like he was a hard worker and everything, but he lacked any kind of strategy.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I don't want to talk badly about your brother, but
No, go
it's
ahead. He was an asshole. Fuck that dude.
no, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's just what you make of it, but I don't. It doesn't sound like he was too driven. So I don't know if he would have excelled no matter what major he took. But I don't know. Who knows? But yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I've been smoking a lot of weed lately, and I'm trying to get off of that. But I know I guess raw primal doesn't work for everything. So I'm still an addict deep down. But it's getting better. I'm still I'm using less and stuff, like only on weekends now. It used to be like chronic every day. I've gotten off of porn, all
oh,
these other vices.
oh
So
yeah, the
life's
porn thing.
better.
Porn is weaponized, man. You gotta stay away from that fucking shit.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But yeah.
Like it's
What do you
seriously
think about
fucking
that?
weaponized. That's how they bring countries down to their knees. They just start pumping them with porn, and everything starts to fucking crumble.
No way.
Yeah, man, because everybody's so busy jacking off, and the family gets fucked, and people aren't fucking about their business, and the entire countries start to crumble after that. Because people ain't focused on what's important in life. They're just jerking off all the goddamn time.
Yeah. I mean, shit, it might be more complex than that. Because, like, I mean, shit, you can...
It causes brain damage, too.
Huh?
It causes brain damage, too.
Oh, yeah. I've heard about that stuff. Like, it fucks with your gray matter. And obviously, any unnatural dopamine surge is gonna ruin your, neurotransmitters and your baseline happiness. But don't you think there's like stronger ways to destroy, or I guess more direct ways to destroy the nuclear family? Like, it's not just porn.
Child support destroys the nuclear family. Welfare destroys the nuclear family.
Mm-hmm.
So, the attack is from many different angles.
Feminism.
Oh, yeah.
Feminism. Diets. I mean, diets end up fucking with the family because our hormones are all fucked up.
We fucked up because, the day we let women drive cars, that's when we fucked up with the feminism thing.
Yeah.
My wife tells me we're about to go to the store. She says, "You want me to drive?" And I laughed at her. I said, "You can't drive. You're a woman." Of course, I'm going to drive. Like when we went on vacation, I drove the entire way to Tennessee or wherever the hell it was we went.
Dang.
She's
so
like,
you're conservative, man.
I was like, "Yeah, you can drive if you want, but I'm going to drive. I don't ever need you to take over at any point, but if you just want to drive, I'll let you drive." And I ended up driving the entire way because women don't want to drive.
Mm-hmm. Dang. That's pretty cool, though. Is your wife as conservative as you are?
Man, we don't really talk about stuff like that.
Really?
Conservative. Like, she's not. She thinks feminism is retarded, too. But,
Yeah. So I'm guessing she doesn't work.
She does. We've struggled through so much of our lives that I can't convince her to just lay it down.
No, yeah. And I mean, at this point, like, as a woman, working isn't compliance. It's just like it's forced upon you because of the system we're in. It's kind of necessary, unless you're very high income,
Well, it's just like the education thing. You got to make the most of it because no matter how much money you make, people tend to live within their means. So the person making $100,000 a year is just scraping by, just like the guy making 20 grand. And everybody always thinks if I made more money, everything would be easier. But really, your expenses just go up, and you're still in the same spot. Because the guy making 20 grand, he's got a crappy little cash car and a crappy little apartment, and he's shopping for crappy food. And the guy with the expensive money, he's got car notes and a house note and all these extra bills, and everything's going out the window just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. That's where the frugality comes in.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point nowadays. Yeah, nobody that no six-figure earner seems to be living a more abundant life with lower means. It's always, the materials always bring you down. So everybody's just as stressed out, no matter their finances. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, I haven't started making my own money, but I hope that by the time I do, that I'll live very frugally, and then if I do end up making more, I'll keep my lifestyle. For me, it's like when I think about getting rich, and obviously I want to get rich, but who knows if that'll happen? Probably not. But when I think about just not even getting rich, but slaving for money, I think of I try to I think that I'm going to try to not, or actually I should say I hope that I won't what's it called, be very materialistic, and basically keep upping my standard, or what's it called, my what you're trying to say, like basically still be confined even though you're making more. But really what I want to make money for is to have kids, to be honest. I want a huge family.
Well, you got to start soon.
Yeah, I know.
You got a girlfriend?
No, I don't.
All right.
I just
well, that's cool, because you can be very picky, like be very fucking picky. When you meet a woman, you gotta like meet her family, make sure she's cool as hell, make sure she's smart, make sure she thinks right, but you also gotta understand that you're the man. So you set the tone for the relationship, and you're gonna tell her, you're basically gonna show her what's important in life, and she's gonna follow along with it. Like if you got some kind of toxic woman that just wants to get fucked up all the time,
yeah,
maybe ends up being an alcoholic or smokes cigarettes all the time, then that's just gonna cause you problems on down the road. That stuff's fun now, but later it's gonna be a problem and all this stuff, and then you can't really change people. And people don't really change on their own unless they really want to. And it's never because of you convincing them. It's because it comes from...
That's the thing I've noticed. It's like people just don't ever change.
Yeah, that's why you got to find a good woman from the beginning. But women come from a bad spot, especially in this country, because they got no support. That's why there's so much abortion, because men aren't committing to them. They're not getting married. They're just out there in the world fending for themselves, and they're taught that's right, and that's what's supposed to happen, and they should feel good about everything. But it's totally fucking wrong, and they just don't understand why they feel so fucked up and why they can't trust anybody. But it's really fucking tough for a woman to find a badass dude that's going to be there for them.
Yeah, that's factual. That's like a lot of women nowadays that I see in college. That's what they all do. I mean, they're not getting abortions, but they're just using other ways of other contraception. But yeah, and then they all have this idea of a noble guy who's perfect, that's gonna come save them. But there's a harsh news flash coming up. It's that those guys usually won't go for you. They'll go for the high value women that are virgins and beautiful, sexy Christians. But yeah, no, that's That's crazy. That's factual for sure. And then yeah, but like when you said I have to start early, you're talking about choosing a wife and having kids. You're not talking about starting early with money and finances, are you?
You'll figure all that out. All that money and finances and job and everything. Y'all figure it out together. You know, it's another trap. Everybody wants to wait until everything's perfect. We don't make enough money to have kids right now and all this other stuff. You know, right now I don't have any kids. And I'm 41 years old, but my wife, she's high risk, and we've been going at it for years, and we've had just tons of failure. You know, but right now she's pregnant. We did the IVF.
No way.
Yeah.
Congrats, man. That's crazy.
And the crazy thing is the doctor scheduled the C-section on my birthday. And she didn't even know it was my birthday. I'm like, this is the shit. I told my wife, I said, this is perfect. I need this baby to be as little like you as possible. She said, I'll fuck around and change the date. I said, to hell you will. I'll cut that baby out of you myself.
No, do you know if it's a girl or a boy yet?
It's going to be a girl. We did IVF, so we knew it was a girl before she was pregnant.
Oh, dang. Okay. I guess that's how they put the eggs in and then... Wait, how the fuck... oh, fuck it. It's biology.
They do the DNA testing, and then they come back, and they're like, okay, you got 6 viable eggs, and it's 4 girls and 2 boys. What do you want? And I just told the doctor, I said, give us the best one you got. The doctor was like, oh, good, that one's a girl.
Yeah.
I think IVF is fucked up too. Because just like China with the one baby policy, I don't know what it is now, but they had that one baby policy for so long.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted a boy. It's just perfectly natural because the man sets the tone and the man always wants a boy.
Yeah.
So
as like real, filial piety, like they're like they have stronger family values, and I think that influences it somehow because they want the men to. Well, fuck, I don't know, but fuck it. But yeah, they have a strong preference for boys instead of girls, so they kill all the girls, right? Or they abort them.
Yeah. So the country's fucked off because their country's full of men and there's no women for them. I don't know what the ratio is, probably like 50-1. Can you imagine that? And that one woman is going to get the best man there is. And there's all these like mid-level and low-level guys that are just fucked for life because there's no women for them. Because they don't make shitloads of money and they're not perfect, and that's the kind of guy that's going to get a woman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly. And life just gets really fucked when any society with a lot of single men is going to be very dangerous. Not very fun.
That's why the natural birth rate that people just get from procreating naturally it just works out. But once you start to be able to control it, we always fuck it up because we're stupid.
Because nature knows best.
Yep.
Yeah, but dang. So how long have you been married for?
Damn, don't ask me that in front of my wife. Okay.
What age were you when you got married?
We've been together for 13 years, and
41.
I think I got the 10-year anniversary coming up in November. Yeah.
13 years. Yeah, okay.
And but we've been married for almost 10.
Yeah, okay. Dang. And you've been trying to get pregnant most of that time. or trying to conceive?
Yeah. Man, we had a lot of failure.
Dude, that must have been tough.
Yeah, I had a son that was born. He was born so premature. Poor little guy didn't even live a month.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
it was so sad, man. When he died, I've never cried so loud in my life, and I just shredded my shirt or ripped it off my body, and man,
Wow.
it was really fucked up.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
But
but you got to move on from your bullshit. Don't be like my parents that are just obsessed with why they're all fucked up from their past all the time and can't let any fucking thing go. It's crazy.
damn, damn. Do you have siblings?
I do.
Or no? Yeah, you tell me about your brother, but any others?
Man, my oldest brother is a narcissist. So, him and his wife, if they can't use you and abuse you, then they got nothing to do with you because you're not useful to them. So, yeah, they're not really in the picture anymore. I stopped talking to them, and they don't talk to my parents. So, nobody knows what's going on with them, and we, just kind of cut our losses there.
Dang, so
And
your
then,
family fucked up.
yeah, and then there's me. I mean, I'm not that fucking great either. I mean, I eat raw meat, and I got a cool wife, but I'm far from fucking perfect. But everybody fucking loves me wherever I go. I guess I'm all right, but I ain't no perfect. I'm no perfect motherfucker either. But then my younger brother, he was always kind of slow, but like back in 2000, 2001, I can't remember the exact date, when I was in culinary school, he attempted suicide and drank radiator fluid, and like he didn't die, but he caused himself some serious brain damage. So he's basically retarded. He's on so many damn drugs. Like, he's like 300 fucking pounds, fat as hell, and he can't work a job because it's too stressful for him. So he just basically lives at my mom and dad's house. But then,
He's your younger brother?
yeah.
Dang.
But then, he lives at my mom and dad's house. He's mentally handicapped, so he doesn't really understand the situation. But he's like really depressed because his life sucks. He's got no drive and ambition. He's got no control over his life. He just lives at my mom and dad's house, and my parents are kind of annoying. They're kind of weird. And
So like, is he like verbal? Like,
yeah, like he seems normal. But if you spend some time with him and like shoot the shit with him for a while, you're gonna be like, yeah, he ain't all there.
yeah,
Like,
okay.
he's an all right guy.
Sounds like he needs to hop on the raw primal stuff.
Hey, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Yeah. Dang, have you tried?
Many, many times. Like, and my dad's good. Like, he's pretty much got his health, and he's the one holding the whole family together. But my mom is like, she's overweight. She's got all these health problems. She's developing dementia right now, which to me, that's so freaking scary. You're losing your mind. What? You just gonna keep going with it and be crapping in a diaper and drooling on yourself? But, you can't get them to take any advice. They just want to keep going to their doctors. I'm like, your doctor has not helped you. What have they cured? Nothing.
Yeah.
They just keep giving you these drugs and horrible advice. You gotta do everything yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Fuck. That's what I want to learn I want to learn more psychology. Because it's like, what goes on in the head of in the mind of a sheep? It's like, how can you do things so long? it's like what they say insanity is. It's like you do things so long, you expect a change, but you don't change your behavior. I mean, that's just, you know.
Don't get too heavy into psychology. Like, it's good for like a hobby or a pastime or something like that. But I have total disrespect for psychology as a field of study, as a profession, because my parents go to all these, what are they called? Counselors, and their lives never get any better. They never get it over any of their old grievances or whatever. And
I agree.
and look, my wife's got this friend. Like, she's a nice lady and all this stuff, but she ain't got no man. She lives with her parents. She can't control her own life. She can't make a single decision for herself. Like, she's pretty fucking dumb. Like, stupid as hell. Like, really fucking dumb. Like, she can work her jobs and everything. She's not like mentally retarded, but she got a psychology degree, and she's gonna be like counseling people. I'm like, if this woman got this degree, like, the whole fucking education just, I can't fucking accept any of it now. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts. She might have fallen off afterwards, though.
It's just the way she's born. Not like my brother, he did it to himself. It's funny that a bunch of psychology is just common sense. Like, you can just figure it out yourself. But when she figures something out, it's because she learned it in the classroom, and she's like, "Oh wow, did you know this?" It's like, yeah, I've always known that.
Yeah. Does your wife eat raw meat?
If she's eating sushi, she likes the raw tuna.
Yeah.
That's about the extent of it. We don't.
You can't get her?
What'd you say?
You can't get her on it?
No. Ain't happening.
That's crazy.
I work on a farm, like a big commercial farm. It's not like a glamorous job, but I love it. But, all these raccoons are killing all these, like, thousands upon thousands of chickens we got. So, we kill a lot of raccoons out there. And I was eating these raccoons. I kill one, just cut it open, and start devouring all the organs and stuff. Like, it was great. It was like heaven and stuff. And then, but I'm a terrible person. I didn't tell my wife about it. So I lied by omission, because I knew she'd be unhappy about it. So I didn't tell her, because raccoons have rabies and all this other stupid crap. Like, whatever. I'm not buying that. And raccoons are freaking delicious. They got a good amount of fat on them.
That's crazy. I've never tried one. I've tried, like, squirrel, and yeah, that's pretty much it as far as marmots. But
the funny thing was, she was really mostly upset that I didn't tell her the truth. But then she was like, if it had been a possum, it wouldn't have been such a big deal. It would have been okay. So she's cool with me eating possums. Well, possums don't get rabies because they have unusually low body temperature, and the rabies virus can't survive in them. I mean, I'm not buying any of that medical bullshit, but that's what they say.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even think viruses are contagious.
Yeah.
So.
And like I tell people, who have you known that has had rabies? Oh, lots of people. Okay, name one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't know anybody.
Yeah, no, they can't. Yeah, that's kind of like it's like a fairy tale. It's just doesn't exist. But, like, people seem to believe it. Because I think I have seen, like, animals with what they call rabies, but they're just, they might just be sick and toxic in some other way. Because they're all just city-dwelling animals that should be living in nature, but they have to get by in the city. Or I guess they do, because it benefits them in some other way, but then they get all the toxins, and I don't know. Who knows what causes it, but yeah.
I'm thinking out here on the farm, these little trash pandas are just eating chickens. They're not like dumpster diving and eating all this bullshit like the city raccoons. So, these are like really healthy animals. And only one other person has called in on my little show so far. So this is going to be like my second video.
No way.
Yeah. And on the first one, I just recorded the audio. Right now I'm recording video, and it's just going to be like dark as hell and you can barely see my face. But on the first one, I just recorded audio, so I put a bunch of video and pictures behind it. And I put all the pictures of all the organs that I ripped out of a raccoon. Like there's even one picture where I had the still beating heart in my hand. It was sweet. It's always good when you get to eat a heart that's still beating.
Honestly, that is a cool feeling. But yeah, dang, I'm sorry, bro. I'm getting tired. Man.
Well, let me finish this up. My youngest brother, because I had 3 brothers, and my youngest brother, the one that got the history major, that just loved to get fucked up and do drugs and drink and all this other bullshit, and then he went with the union. Now he can't do drugs, so he just started drinking way more, and he ended up getting some whore of a girlfriend that he ended up getting knocked up, terrible woman or whatever. And then now he's feeling so fucking trapped. When he graduated college, I gave him a .357 Magnum, a nice little Ruger GP 100. It's a nice pistol and nice revolver. I gave it to him as a gift, like happy graduation. But one day he got in an argument with his girlfriend, and he fucking picked up that revolver and blew his fucking brains out. Killed himself right there in front of his 1-year-old. Well, his daughter was about to have a birthday like next week. And his girlfriend's standing there holding the kid, and he blows his fucking brains out. So he's dead as a doornail. That's why I said he's a terrible fucking person, because he fucking killed himself like a loser.
Oh. Dude, that fucking...
Yeah. So, I got a fucked up family, dude. I got a fucked up family.
Dude, what? So 2 of your brothers attempted suicide.
No, one of them attempted. The other one fucking did that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
And then the other one's a fucking narcissist. Nobody talks to his ass. Wow.
Dang, man. How did you make it out? God.
I got a theory on that, man. You know how ancient cultures used to always used to always sacrifice the firstborn child?
Yeah.
Like I heard from Ogenus that, we build up toxins throughout our entire lives. And one of the ways a mother gets rid of a lot of toxins is when they have a child. And the first child is going to get a massive load of toxins, especially in this modern world. And looking at my family, I could see this because my brother is so fucked up. He's a narcissist, all that shit. I think that that's a result of my mother's toxic body dumping all this bullshit on him in the womb. And then I'm the second one. So I come into this nice clean womb that has just cleansed itself with its first child. And then I get the best nutrition and health and the least amount of bullshit. And so I turned out relatively good. And then my 2 younger brothers, they're not getting the toxic load either, but they're being introduced into a depleted body. So my mom has had 4 kids, and each child, takes more and more from her body, and she has less and less to give. My younger brother, he was never very smart, and my youngest brother, he turned out great, but, wrong priorities, and he had really fucked up teeth. So
That's nuts,
That's
dude.
that's why you got to get on that fucking raw meat and high nutrition and just pound that stuff and try and purify your body so you give your kids the best chance, the best you can.
Uh-huh. Dang. That's a cool theory. I mean, shit.
That's just what I'm thinking from my observation.
No, I mean, it definitely has got a lot of merit. It's, women detoxify a lot through their, VJJs. And, I know, I mean, anything, it would make sense for a woman to detoxify when she has a kid, you know? So who knows? Who knows? Because my older brother is like the smartest one in our family by far.
How many brothers you got, or how many sisters, or whatever?
I got one. I just got two brothers, one older, one younger.
Right
That's
on.
it. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm the middle one, so, but I didn't turn out that great. I was just like, my older one is smart as fuck. Like he was like the valedictorian of our high school. He got into Duke and all these crazy good schools, and now he's like an engineer at UT.
That is badass, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I'm the middle child. I don't think I was. I think I was the most unhealthy though as a kid because I was like a GAPS child. Like if you've ever heard that term, it's like I think I just had a lot of gut issues when I was a kid. I used to have just digestive issues my whole life, and then I looked at like baby pictures the other day, and I had like dark circles on my eyes since I was like 1 year old, and so I didn't get blessed with that. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, so who knows? But then, man, I wanted to ask you, how did you get into raw meat? How did you find Alginus and all that
Man,
stuff?
when I was a kid, we had that dial-up internet. I'm kind of old, I guess. And, one of my first internet searches was, what's the natural diet for man? And it's a stupid thing to ask the internet because I'm looking at all these stupid vegan videos, I'm thinking produce is it. So for like the better part of a decade, I'm thinking produce is it. So I'm pounding all these fruits and vegetables. I never stopped eating meat, right?
Yeah.
But for all these years, I'm just eating all these plants. And I'm always fascinated by diet. My mom has always been into diet, but she's always been fat because she can't stick to anything. But she came across this ketogenic diet. She's telling me about it. It's a lot of fat and regular amount of protein and like almost no carbohydrates. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Let me try it out and just see what it's about. I'm not trying to lose weight or anything, but so I'm eating this diet and like I'm feeling really fucking good. Like my brain fog that I'd get late at night just clears right up because now I'm high cholesterol and high fat. I'm just feeling better all around. I got more energy. I never get hungry now. Like I'm not following that diet now, but like I'm saying at the time, I still don't really get hungry anymore. But and then just through the process of researching it and looking into it and watching a bunch of stuff on the ketogenic diet, I come across Milk Jar and Spherage, a couple of cool YouTubers there, and they're just eating raw meat and talking about how great it is. I'm like, dude, this is badass. I can eat raw meat too. I had seen videos of Auginus Thunder Planets doing it. Like 10 years ago, I saw him doing it. And I was like, wow, that's fucking weird. This guy's eating all this rotten meat. I would never do that, but it's kind of cool. But now look at me. I'm fucking doing that shit.
Yeah, that's facts.
So that's kind of why I started the Meteor Man YouTube channel. I just wanted people to know that it's cool. You can do this shit because if you don't see other people doing stuff, there's a lot of stuff that's hard to learn. Like when I first started eating raw meat, I'm still following the regular rules. Like, is it okay to eat if it sits out for 3 hours? Yeah, it's going to be perfectly fine. You just leave it out overnight. So that way it's nice and room temperature. Leave it out as long as you want. Leave it out for 5 months and eat a slimy, rotten mess. You're going to feel better about life.
That's true. Have you been doing the high meat a lot?
I don't really do it a lot. If I'm eating high meat, it's just going to be something that naturally went bad in the fridge. I don't really have I got a couple jars that I've had stashed away under the house, but I made that stuff like, I don't know, maybe it's been over a year, maybe even up to 2 years old now, and I just haven't even looked at it. I'm like, I'm kind of scared of this stuff. I don't even want to look at it. But
That's
like
funny.
the other day, my wife had bought some steak that was on clearance, and it sat in the fridge, and it was like 18 days past the sell-by date, and I pulled it out, and it's covered with that gray slime. I was eating that. It was kind of cool.
Dang.
Yeah. So that technically that was high meat, but I'm not like specifically making high meat. I much prefer the fresh meat. It tastes way better.
Yeah, me too. I've noticed that when I leave something in the fridge for a while, like, if you're eating high meat but it wasn't intentionally high meat, like it doesn't really give you that, feeling, that high feeling. It just kind of tastes bad. So I just end up tossing it out if it goes really bad sometimes. But yeah, one time I made like real high meat. Like I kept it in the fridge, and I would air it out like every week, and man, that shit feels good.
Oh, dude, it does.
Yeah, you just feel warm. Like it's like not even high. It's just at peace.
Yeah, he called it high meat because he's trying to make people like it, but I think people get the wrong idea about it because they think everybody's tripping balls on this rotten meat. But
like it's like weed and stuff.
Just makes you feel good. It doesn't even really get you high.
Yeah, it's not intoxicating.
Yeah. I compare it to the Wim Hof.
Yeah, the breathing.
Yeah. It just makes you feel good.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. Dang. But I can't believe your wife wouldn't shit, not to keep going back onto that, but like to get pregnant wasn't enough motivation to like change her diet.
People are just going to be themselves,
Yeah.
But that's what's cool about the internet, because you can just put yourself out there and meet all kinds of people that are into what you're into. Like, look at the natural human diet guy, Weston. He's got a badass primal woman, and they're getting married, and she's pregnant and all this stuff. He's got a pretty sweet life going on. And he's a regular dude. I think he works at like a door factory or something.
Yeah.
So he's got a regular job, and he ain't rich, but he makes his money. He's got a little house, and he's got it going on.
Dang, that's nice.
Yeah,
His
dude.
name is Wesley, I think. Could be Weston. I'm wrong. I might be wrong. But yeah, dang, that's cool. And he's a good-looking guy. That's why it's working for him.
I saw one of his streams not long ago. He was talking about how much better looking he's gotten since he's been doing raw primal, because he used to be like a junk food diet gamer motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's filled out and all this other stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. He's someone that I would want to be friends with, Like through the screen, you could tell.
So that's what you got to do, man. Start your social media up and attract the right people into your life. You might find yourself a raw primal woman. Or, you don't have a girlfriend right now. So when you do find a woman, find one that is interested in health and nutrition just like you. And then, look, you won't have to fuck with doctors. You won't have to worry about it's hard to get pregnant and all this other stuff. You know, in the Bible, when Adam and Eve fell from grace, God was like, yeah, you're always going to have pain during childbirth. Yeah, that's because you're eating grains. I always thought the story Adam and Eve, if you're familiar with the Bible, I thought it was an analogy for man going from the hunter-gatherer to the agriculture society. Now, instead of hunting game, now you're growing grain so that you can build this massive society, and it comes along with all the disease and pestilence. You know, Augenis talked about how women on the primal diet have like one contraction and the baby comes out super fast and easy.
No, yeah, it's true.
But
I also read a book. It's called Primal Moms Look Good Naked, and it's a book about how all of these problems that mothers have postpartum can be eliminated with the primal diet, like like cellulite, stretch marks, all that type of stuff. But then she also talked about how like easy the pregnancies were when she noticed all these mothers going on the primal diet, which is so cool. So yeah, I mean, that would be sick, man. That's the dream, trying to find a primal girl. I mean, it's not going to happen, but a girl that's open-minded enough to eat raw meat,
Yeah.
There's not a lot of girls in this space, I think I'm in a chat with like, however many people are probably like 100, maybe a little less, but there's like one woman. And like, I think that's the only woman in the primal community I've ever heard of. Or there's actually one girl on YouTube, Megan Draving. She eats raw meat, but I don't think she's like primal.
I think I've seen her Instagram.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I'm a married man. I don't really try and follow these weird bitches online.
Yeah.
They're going to get the wrong idea and think I'm going to fall in love with them. It ain't going to fucking happen. They need to back the fuck up. But you're a single guy. You can totally go for that shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, there's some other shit you can do, too. Like, the natural human guy, Weston, he fucking went to the Beartaria Festival recently. And he had a badass time out there hanging out with all these cool-ass motherfuckers. And he was hanging out. He was hanging out with Owen Benjamin and shit. And Owen Benjamin's fucking calling him out shouting him out on his live streams and stuff, talking about what a good time they had.
No way. Who's Owen Benjamin?
Dude, you're in for a treat, man. This guy is a badass motherfucker. I guess I'll shoot you a link or something. But he's a comedian that basically got kicked out of Hollywood, but he would never fucking buckle, and he always kept pushing the envelope. And he still became greatly successful, even without the support of Hollywood. And he got kicked off of basically every platform. He even got kicked out of Airbnb. Like his wife owned an Airbnb, and they couldn't rent it out because Airbnb kicked him out. He was kicked off of PayPal and every fucking thing. Yeah. So he started, people donate to him. Since they can't go through the regular means, they send him letters in his P.O. box. You can't, you can't stop that.
Dang.
But he,
was he anti-Semitic or something? How'd he get kicked out?
No, he actually likes the Jews. That's like a phase you go through where you're like, damn, the Jews fucked everything up. It's like a phase you go through. Yeah, the Jews fucked a lot of shit up, but you fucking agreed to it. You agreed to it. You watch their porn. You fight their wars. It's really your fault. It's not the Jews are just being Jews. It's your fucking fault.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I'm going through that phase right now.
And Hitler was a terrible fucking person. Yeah, he didn't kill all the Jews. That's a joke.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Holocaust?
I'm not gonna deny it. I'm just saying 6 million seems a little high.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and Hitler was the one that introduced like vegetarianism to Western Europe. So
I think Hitler.
He's
I
not the
bet
good
Hitler was probably a woman.
guy. You think?
Yeah.
Nah.
Maybe. Who knows? That's just
Nah.
speculation.
Yeah. We'll have to see about that. I know. I mean, I think I think Michelle Obama's a man.
Oh yeah, there's no way around that.
Yeah. If you look at the bone structure, it's too obvious.
Mike, make sure you tuck that penis in. We're about to go on stage.
Michelle, keep that camel toe. Keep going.
Fucking retarded ass shit, man.
Yeah.
And Trump might be a woman too.
Oh fuck.
Never had a beard. Never had any facial hair ever documented in his life. Never even had a 5 o'clock shadow.
Now we're going too deep.
I like Trump. I did, but then after a while, I was like, you know what? This dude is just as fucked up as all the other motherfuckers in politics. He's a piece of shit. You know, he pushed the vaccine on everybody and all this other shit. Fuck that dude.
They're all just Jewish puppets, you know.
Yeah.
He got like a $200 million loan from like George Soros or whatever. So
yeah,
I mean, I don't think any presidents have any control.
He's a fake savior.
Yeah, exactly. It's controlled opposition. That whole what's that movement called where they think Trump is going to save everybody from the Illuminati or something?
Oh, the Q-tards.
Yeah, QAnon. Yeah, that shit is so stupid.
Chasing pedophiles in the sewer and all this other stupid crap. Yeah, right.
Honestly, but yeah, dang man. So yeah, hey, but dang man, I'm just hype about your kid, man. That's crazy.
Hey, we're not there yet. We've had so much failure in our quest for family that, like, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I got good hopes. I'm raising my baby and my wife up in my prayers, and I'm just like, I can't rest until we reach that finish line, and my daughter's here with us.
Yeah. Well, dang. I know it's gonna happen, man. I'm fucked.
My baby's gonna eat raw meat.
Yeah. Nah, that's gonna be. I think you might be the first. You might be the first one with a kid in this community, other than Sverige. But who knows what the fuck is going on with that man? God damn.
You know, I got to meet him in real life one time.
No way.
He was doing one of his America travels, and he was in Houston, and we hung out and shot the shit for like a couple hours. Yeah, I got to meet his original girlfriend.
Yeah, Luna.
No, the one before that, the old lady that he was ashamed of and would never put on camera.
Black, the Jazz girl.
I don't even remember what her name was. She was kind of foreign. She didn't really speak much English, and she was old. She was probably like in her 60s or 70s. Like, she was old.
Infertile girl.
I don't know what her name was, but
like, that's crazy.
It was cool. We just kind of hung out under the bridge and ate some raw meat and some high meat and shot the shit for a little while. And
this old woman was eating raw meat with y'all?
Yeah.
No way.
It was cool.
Are there any pictures of this woman online?
No, man, no. You know, when he got younger and more beautiful women, He would totally post them online, but I guess he was ashamed of this other woman because he ended up dumping her anyway. But
That sucks.
I don't want to get into the man's business or speculate on him. He's doing his thing.
No, yeah, I mean, fuck, man, we wouldn't be here without him.
Shit, yeah, man. The dude fucking laid down the groundwork. Like, Agenus Wonderplanets is the man, but
Yeah.
Sverige, for what he is, just a regular fucking guy that eats raw meat and tells the whole world about it. He's helped out tremendously.
Yeah, he was the prophet. Sverige is the prophet. Agenus is the savior. Like, but that's, I mean, I've heard so much shit not so much. I've heard some shit about Sverige of people that have met him and, say he's narcissistic and all that shit. I don't know if that has any merit to it, but I really want to meet Sverige. That would be so cool.
It would be cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fucking haters out there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they're right or wrong.
Well, yeah, but this one guy, like Lewd Boy, if you've ever heard of him.
Ludwig, that little German kid or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. Yeah, I follow him on Instagram. He's a crazy motherfucker.
He's funny, right?
Yeah.
And he said, like, he was friends with Sverige, and then he said that he drank like 3.5, or no, he said 9.5, because I'm looking at the text right now. He said, so he drank like 9 to 10 liters of blood during a week, and like at first he started having like insane energy, and that's why he kept drinking more and more, and like his cognitive speed was insane. But then he got extremely sick, and like he says it was like iron overdose and or iron overload, and he thinks it was from the blood and he used to be like a high endurance athlete, so his body was good at absorbing iron, blah blah blah, and like he couldn't even get it up for like 6 months. Like he had like complete like blood issues, like cardiovascular issues. He couldn't get a hard on, and he had penile issues for like 2 years, and then it finally got better. But before it did, he got into a fight with God, like Sverige, because Sverige would just deny that it was because of the blood, because of his like God complex, he said. And then he basically said like Sverige is just narcissistic and closed-minded, like blah blah blah.
Yeah, I remember all that. I remember hearing about all that, and he got Ludwig. He got kind of emotional and kind of cried about it. It was kind of funny.
No way. Were you there?
Yeah. No, I saw it in a video. He was like all bitching about Sverige. He was so upset. I think he even actually cried. It was funny.
Dang, I didn't even know he was online, bro.
But you know what it is, man? People are fucked up. And when you make them your god, they're going to let you down. Ludwig fucking looked up to Sverige and made Sverige more than what he actually was. Accept people for who they are. And they won't let you down. It's like a snake is a snake. If you respect the snake, you can be cool with the snake. But if you don't, that snake's gonna fucking bite you. So if you're dealing with a fucked up person and you let them in your lives and you let them into everything, they're gonna fuck you up. But if you take them as a fucked up person and put them in the right place on the shelf, they're never gonna be on that top shelf up there. That spot's for your wife. But if you keep them on the right spot in the shelf and just accept them for who they are, yeah, they're a fucked up person, but you're not going to let them into your life like that so they can fuck you over. You don't have to be all upset at them for being who they are.
Yeah, exactly. But it does bring up a concern of blood, because I don't want to get iron overdose, and I do drink blood on occasion.
Yeah, just don't drink 9 liters of it
Yeah,
in a week. Fucking recently I had an iron deficiency. I didn't understand at the time, but my symptom was I was feeling dizzy. Like I would wake up in the morning, I'd sit up in bed, and I'd get dizzy as shit. I'd be at work, and I'd lean over to drink out of the water cooler, and I would get all dizzy. And I didn't know why. I wasn't understanding it. And then I killed this raccoon, and I held it by the tail and swung it and bashed its head on the fender of the tractor. And it, like, its face is just gushing blood, and I caught it in my hand, and I drank the blood. This is like the first raccoon that I ate, and all I did was drink the blood. And it made me feel so much better. From that point, I never felt dizzy since then. This was probably like a month or so ago.
Holy shit.
And because I was kind of falling off the diet, you know, I'm spending all my money on my pregnant wife, and I'm just eating regular food, like bullshit. And I wasn't really eating a lot of raw meat. I never stopped, but I just wasn't keeping up with it like I should. So my iron got deficient. And, you know, I told my boss about it. I'm like, man, I've been feeling dizzy. I drank this raccoon blood. I feel great now. And she said, man, you had an iron deficiency. And I looked it up, and sure enough, symptom, dizziness. I'm like, hell yeah. So that's when I got all excited about the raccoons and just started tearing them apart.
That's nuts.
Like
Funny.
I'd eat this raccoon that would look at me like, what the fuck, as I'm ripping its heart from its chest. And then when I'm done, I'm like, now you know how the chickens felt. Throw them in the ditch for the fucking buzzards to eat later.
Damn. Yeah, and blood. I mean, blood is the richest source of iron, so if that fixes it, and you definitely had a deficiency.
Just one little palm full fixed it all. It was badass.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, another guy that I'm at odds with just intellectually is Frank Tufano. I don't get how he quit the raw primal diet, but he hasn't even explained in a video why. So I'm just like, why are you eating all these grains now if you knew the truth? Like, you know? And now he's eating like potatoes and stuff because he says it helps his liver detox.
Yeah, I stopped watching that guy like a long time ago. I just couldn't handle that dude. You know, I watched him at first because he's all the raw meat and everything, but then as it went on, he just kind of got really weird, and I just unsubscribed his channel and never went back.
I did the same thing. I just went back like 2 days ago from like a couple of years of not watching him because he made like a video on spherage, and like I was searching up spherage, so it came up, but yeah, he seems like very narcissistic and like just weird, just a weird character, and I think he got outed for being gay or something, but who knows. And then, but yeah, it just boggles me because like he has this like, I don't know, I just need to do more research. Really, I'm just like, I just want to do more research with this whole raw meat stuff.
Are you eating raw meat right now?
I'm trying to, yeah. I'm eating a lot of ground beef, a lot of just hamburger meat because it's the easiest to manage. Like I'm living on campus, so like I'm in a dorm, so I can't just be eating it like willy nilly. So
why not?
Well, like, first of all, I don't want that attention on campus because it's a really small campus, and as much as I actually don't care, because I'll talk about it in conversation with whoever, but like it's too small of a school for me to want to be that guy, because I'll just be the raw meat guy if if I do it in public.
Yeah, that makes total sense. I'm the fucking raw meat guy wherever I fucking go, because
Yeah.
I just, like, at my job, I'll be at work all day and I'll show up with a bag of ground beef in my pocket. And they're like, "Oh, he's gonna eat that for lunch," and then like 16 hours later, half the meat is gone and it's still in my pocket and I'm still eating on it.
Yeah.
And everybody knows me because I eat fucking raw meat at work. Like, okay, one of the guys, he's got a wheelbarrow full of dead chickens, because when you got 60,000 fucking dead chickens, you got chickens dying every day. And one of the dead chickens had this egg that was hanging out of its ass. Its fucking asshole was prolapsed, and this egg was like half laid, and the ass of the chicken was like all dried out. The egg was stuck in there, and he's like, I dare you to drink that raw egg." And so I ripped that raw egg out of the chicken and cracked it and sucked it down. It was actually still a fresh egg, so it wasn't a big deal. So that's the kind of shit that gets you that reputation you're not trying to get.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am. But it's just like, I don't want to do it to people I don't even know whatsoever. I don't want to have that reputation amongst people I don't even know.
I'm totally different. I love that shit. I'm like a show off.